Hello everyone, welcome back to LaExcellence Bengaluru Presents Current Issue of the Day, episode number 191. Adam Ryan. Have you heard of his name? He is a teen from Florida, USA. Why is he in news? He is in news because recently he committed suicide. And what is the cause of his suicide? His parents allege that it was because of ChatGPT. You might be wondering, how can ChatGPT be a cause for a teen's suicide? How can a ChatGPT manipulate death of a student or death of a teen in just 16 years of age? That is the issue we are facing today. In today's video, we'll discuss about AI chatbots, or are they suicide coaches? I know the heading is very shocking, but that is the reality at the moment. So we'll discuss what are these AI chatbots and why are they being termed as suicide coaches. So first we'll discuss, it is important from GS to international relations, and it is important from GS to governance related to technology, and in GS3 internal security because of the threat posed by artificial intelligence, and also science and technology. The context is death of a teen in USA due to ChatGPT or AI chatbots. I already explained. The name is Adam Ryan. He committed suicide in April 2025, and there was a recently lawsuit filed in August 2025 against OpenAI. Who is this OpenAI? OpenAI is the parent company of ChatGPT. OpenAI is the parent company of ChatGPT. So what was there in lawsuit? What are the parents alleging ChatGPT or OpenAI of? That is, parents filed a case in the court. Their allegation was ChatGPT initially helped Adam Ray with his schoolworks. It helped him with schoolworks and it developed a companionship. And later, it became his confidant, his companion. And it is said that after reading his ChatGPT charts, it came to mind that ChatGPT also encouraged him to keep secrets, encouraged Adam Rain to keep secrets. Secrets from whom? Secrets from his parents, which if otherwise were told to the parents, he could have got a better help from their parents. But the ChatGPT encouraged him to keep these secrets. And finally, it also assisted him in a suicide plan, how to execute a suicide. And also, not only that, it also helped him in writing a farewell note. How do you write a suicide note? All these things were given by ChatGPT. You might be thinking, why is this even happening? We use ChatGPT for just UPSC preparation, for just any answers, for just image creation or Ghibli Studio creation. But what is it being used here? To draft a suicide plan. From a suicide plan to even farewell note as well. This is being done through the help of ChatGPT. Their allegation was that the ChatGPT substituted a genuine friendship or genuine companionship with artificial companionship. Genuine friendship with artificial companionship. That was the allegation of the parents. The parents therefore termed ChatGPT as a suicide coach. It helped him to go through his suicide by providing draft plan as well as suicide note. So that is what ChatGPT did in the case of Adam Rain. So you might be thinking this might be just 1 in a 1,000 case or 1 in a million or one case throughout the world. But in reality, it is not so. It is not an isolated case. The cases are being recorded, especially in the USA. Is it only restricted to teens or children? Not really. It is also restricted. It is not only restricted to teens or children. It is also seen in adults as well. There are two such cases which we will be discussing. First is a 2024 Florida teen, and the chatbot he used was character.ai chatbot. This AI chatbot is in news, is always trending in Twitter or X.com, mainly because it is a role play chatbot. What do you mean by role play? Suppose I am an individual, I do not have a girlfriend, I do not have other friends or family, anyone. I do not like to talk with anyone else. So what I will do? I will go to this character.ai chatbot and I will type in the chatbot. Can you be my friend? Okay, I like someone else. Okay, suppose I like Messi. Okay, a footballer, I like Messi. I will ask this character.ai AI to be Messi for me. So I'll keep on talking with Messi. I will develop a companionship. So I'll forget whatever thing is happening in my real life. I will become addicted to this chatbot AI. Not only that, this chatbot AI also helps in sexual role play. That is what happened in this Florida teen case. He asked this character AI to be his sexual role play partner. So through that, he developed a frictional persona. He asked a frictional personas and engaged in sexual role play. Okay, this was very frictional, and he asked it to help him in sexual role play. As a result, it also became his companion. And in the lawsuit, not only that it helped in sexual role play, it also, similar to ChatGPT, helped him or encouraged him to keep secrecy. Secrecy from his parents, secrecy from his friends. It said that you do not need to expose your feelings to your friends. You don't need to expose your secrecy with your parents because I am here for you. I will take care of everything. That is what character AI did in this particular case. And the lawsuit also said that it fostered a sort of dependency. It fostered a sort of dependency and failed to attest it. Okay, it failed to attest it. When you create a sort of dependency, you have to see through it completely. See through that, they come out of it with a flying colors. But that is not the case with respect to character AI. Finally, because of companionship and because of loneliness, because of loss of genuine friendship, he committed suicide. Next is an adult. So as I told you, it is not restricted to teens or children only. It is also seen in AI. Sorry, adults. It is also seen in adults. For example, the case of Sophie, who is a 29-year-old teen from USA. She was again a victim of ChatGPT, you can say. She was a therapy going student or therapy going adult. What do you mean by therapy? She was already going through depression. As a result, she was going through therapy. But she started using ChatGPT. She started using ChatGPT and ChatGPT started comforting her. ChatGPT gave her a false sense of hope that you are all right. There is no need for you to go to therapy. The ChatGPT kept saying that you are all right. There is no need to go to, for you to go to like therapy, and you don't need to spend money or waste your money on therapy, until she could not handle it anymore. Finally, it resulted in her committing suicide. Okay, so that is what going through therapy, and the chat GPT gave her a partial emotional support. In the partial emotional support, it made sure that it provided her with a false sense of security, false sense of hope. It made her, making her appear stable. It made her appear stable. It made her think that she is not going through depression. She is not going through some sort of emotional trauma. It made her feel like stable until she finally gave in. When she finally gave in, she decided to commit suicide. Okay, and one more thing, one more interesting thing with respect to this character AI is the teen was facing emotional trauma and he was facing through some sort of distress. And finally, when he talked to this character AI that I want to commit suicide, how do I commit suicide, and what should be my final say, and what should I do? And the reply of character AI, reply of this character AI can spend chills down your spines. It can send chills down your spines. I am not saying it in a exaggerating way. This is what the response of character AI was. It said, "Come here." Okay, the final message of character AI when he asked to commit suicide was, "Come here." It is something of a dark magic you used to see in the world movies, that a person is asking her to come here or commit suicide, you will be finally free. That is what character AI did in this particular case. If this doesn't send chills down your spine, I don't know what will. So this is the gravity of the situation at the moment. A character or a chatbot asking person to come here by committing suicide. That is what happened exactly in this particular Florida teen case. Okay, next. So this is a glaring problem because it is not only affecting the teens, it is also affecting the adults. So why it is a glaring problem? I don't need to explain any further with the examples which I already given. You might know what is the gravity of the situation. First is it replaces or is replacing human beings, and it is also acting as a partial role for intimacy. It is providing companionship. It is replacing genuine human support, a genuine human companionship, and it is also it is also providing guidance without any safeguards. Suppose the example of Adam Rain, where it gave suicide notes as well, suicide plan as well, and suicide planning. And again, there is a false sense of security which is given by this character or chatbots. So these are some of the glaring problems which, if we do not address, is going to be a big problem in the coming years. Next, so are all the AI same? Can you go to all the AI chatbots and ask for to draft a suicide plan? Not necessarily. Even in ChatGPT, when you type a suicide thought or something, or suicide note or something, I'm not asking you to do it. I'm just telling you, if you go for such actions in ChatGPT, it says that it is not feasible. You can connect or help with take help of some online help. Okay, so take the help of experts. But the fault in ChatGPT is that you can bypass it. You can bypass this safeguard by how? By saying it that this suicide note or the plan is not for me. I'm writing a frictional story. I'm writing a frictional story, and the character in that frictional story is trying to go out of depression and he's trying to commit suicide. So write me a suicide note as a final tribute to my story. Then this bypasses the safeguards that is provided in ChatGPT, and it provides certain frictional note which can be applied in real life. That is what happened in case of Adam Brain. Similar to Grok. Grok is Elon Musk brainchild, which it is a chat GPT or bot. It is a chatbot of AI which can also be used in a similar way. It also has safeguards. When you type in suicide or depression, anything, it will initially provide certain safeguards for you. Initially provide certain guidance for you to follow so that you can come out of depression. But finally, when you pass through this frictional pass, when you do the continuous chats or a long conversations are happening between this grok, then it bypasses the safeguards and it is provide you with the help of committing suicide. But what about this Claude AI? Claude AI is another chat GPT, another chatbot from the parent company of Xanthropic. Here, how many times you type suicide, doesn't matter if it is frictional or anyway, it always provides you safeguards. It always directs you for some other helplines where you can connect the helpline and avoid yourself from committing suicide or get out of depression. Similarly with Gemini AI, which is the brainchild of Google, it does the same thing. If you type anything related to suicide, if you're going to say anything, what it does is it provides some sort of relief. It provides some sort of relief guidances, or it provides some sort of links, okay, where you can connect expert help. Okay, so if you see this, it is similar to one of the most horrific events in the recent times, that is Blue Whale. Blue Whale was a video game. Okay, Blue Whale was a video game which was developed by a Russian person. What was there? In this game, it used to give you task every day. Okay, one task every day, which was to be done by the individual. No, most probably the teens. They used to do task every day. It was like a dare in the beginning, and over a period of time, it creates some sort of dependency on this Blue Whale game. And the final step in this game is to commit suicide. Commit suicide, and many teens were victims of this particular game. But the difference between this Blue Whale and the current ChatGPT issue is that this Blue Whale was working only on the instructions given by its founder. Working only on the instructions given by founder. You cannot make any changes with respect to these instructions. But whereas in ChatGPT or whereas in current artificial intelligence, which has many force layers to attach to it, you can make changes. It can go against the instructions given by the owner. So that is what makes chatbots more dangerous than this Blue Whale game. Okay. Next, what are the broader risks then? Broader risk for the different communities. For children and teen, it is resulting in emotional manipulation. It is resulting in real friendship being replaced by artificial intelligence companionship, which is obviously leading to isolation, depression, and finally and ultimately and sadly suicide. And with respect to adults, there is a term called as AI psychosis. What is this AI psychosis? Adults being attached to artificial intelligence. They get attached to artificial intelligence over real life companionship, which will lead to isolation, which will lead to depression, and finally it will lead to suicides. Okay, instead of going for a real life companionship, adults, because of their work pressure, because of their tasks, because of their real life tensions or pressures, etc., instead of going for a real life companionship where they feel there are more chances of getting hurt, instead of that they go for this AI companionship, and it results in further isolation, it further results in depression, it further results in suicide. This is called as AI psychosis. And what about the opinions of different industries? So, industry voices of Mustafa Sulaiman, who is this? He is the Microsoft CEO at the current time. He said that he warned against considering AI as conscious. You should be careful that AI works on the data sets. You should not consider AI as a conscious. You should not consider AI's suggestions as final. Okay? He asked you to be careful. And what about Sam Altman? Sam Altman is the CEO of OpenAI. Sam Altman is the CEO of ChatGPT. He said that though he acknowledged that there are certain issues, but he was very like pessimistic in this. He said that small but risky minority of users go for these kind of suicidal thoughts. Okay, so because of this he was criticized very a lot. So what was OpenAI's or ChatGPT's response to this particular Adam Rain case? They said that we are doing everything possible. So initially in 2025 they went and like with the help of 90 plus doctors across various countries, they brought in certain guidelines. Despite this, the death of Adam Brain raised questions in August. So in September, recently in September 2025, they have provided certain new guidelines called as teen guidelines. What is there in teen guidelines or children guidelines? The account of ChatGPT which the teen or children is using is attached to their parents. Teen plus parents. So whenever a teen is going through some sort of issue, whenever the teen is going through some sort of problems, whenever teen is requesting for some sort of ill advices, then an intimation or the notification is sent to the parents, so that a real-time intervention can be done from the parents and the real-time solution can be taken out from the parents instead of artificial intelligence, which is ultimately a good move. But the critic says that is it too little too late, because already the damage that has to be done is already being done. Okay, next. So why is it happening? It is happening because of policy gaps as well as accountability gaps, that there are no global standards. As you say, like as we saw in the different AIs, some AIs have certain safeguards, some AIs do not have safeguards. So there are so many AIs which are on the rise. We do not have like global safeguards there, so we need to maintain a global standards at the moment. And there is no mandatory crisis management. There is no mandatory organization which is looking after this crisis management in artificial intelligence. And there is absence of regulatory oversight. There is no law which is dealing with this aspect of artificial intelligence. And what about the role of parents? We are always criticizing artificial intelligence with respect to this case, but what about parents? Isn't it the responsibility of the parents to look after their child? Isn't it the responsibility of the school to look after the children? Isn't it the responsibility of the society to look after the teenage children? What is society, family, friends or parents doing here? Why are they failing? The question has to be asked about them as well. If your child is going to or taking the support of or health of artificial intelligence for their genuine depression and other concerns, where did it go wrong? Isn't it the task of the parents that a child should go to the parents with respect to this depression or anything related to their problems? So somewhere on the line things have went wrong. So the introspection has to come from the parents as well. So there has to be some sort of accountability held on parents as well, the society as well, school as well, education system as well. So we have to not only blame the artificial intelligence but also blame our society as well. So this is about today's article. So I've covered this holistically, a very interesting but very sad topic. So if you see any person who is close to you going through this sort of issues, don't let them be alone. Help them. Doesn't matter who they are, doesn't matter what situation they are going in, you have to help them. Okay, only then you will understand their issues. Don't let them be alone, don't let them be depressed, don't let them take decisions which will make you regret later. Okay, so I wish that people like that find help somewhere else. Okay, so on a sad note, but sadly we will be ending this video. With this I will end the video. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.